What's good? It's Kelby Cannon, publisher of Making It Magazine, founder of the membership, and we are live making it for indies with Fleetwood Jr. What's good? What's good? Introduce yourself to the people real quick. Let them know where you from, what you do, a little bit about yourself.
Man, I'm Fleetwood Jr. I'm from Orlando, Florida, hometown in North Miami Beach, where my tribe at, and I'm currently living in Atlanta. Been out here. This is my second home. Been almost 10 years now.
10 years?
Yeah.
Wow, you've been here 10 years. Like, all right, so relocating to Atlanta.
Yeah.
What was your motivation when you relocated?
First, it was the pay, and it was the music too, man. You know, I had a cousin, which stuff kind of go back. My whole music journey go back to 2012, but just the craft itself go back to like 05 and 06 when you just speaking strictly craft. But he had an opportunity when I came up here. I was Keith Brown used to be my mentor at the time, stuff like that. So I was spending time up under him. But he just really just pulled me out my environment and brought me around everything. Like in Atlanta, it gave me that feel for real. Like this was really going on. Like it set the tone, you know, when people talk about it. But when you actually get here and feel it, man, it felt so real.
Right. Like so being from Orlando. Now it's really a lot of dope talent in Florida. What do you feel like is the thing like that's missing from Florida or that a feature of Florida or something about Florida that keeps Florida from like rightfully taking its space in the music industry in the way that some other markets have done that?
I mean, Florida got its own wave, you know, it got its own style and lingo just like anywhere else. But I feel like what's keeping it back is just like how most people say, where I'm from, they don't support, you know, or people not sticking together. So it's like, I got $1 million. I'm on top. I'm balling. Everybody else around you starving, but I don't want them to come up because they might supersede me. But it's the mentality, man. It's just all the mentality of how we came up. But it just takes somebody to come around and change the narrative, man.
Okay. And so when you arrived in Atlanta, like relocated, more opportunities, but then also the music, you got mentorship, you're seeing a lot of things, and it's like the music thing is becoming real. What would you say was one of those first things that made this music thing feel like a reality? One of those defining moments where you was around something, you seen something, and you was like, oh, this shit is real.
You say in Atlanta or just period in music?
Period in music, but also in Atlanta.
So like I said, I piggyback to 2012. I always say that it's like really just seeing the work in the craft. Like it only took that one situation to show me like if you really put your all into this craft and do what you're doing, you're gonna attract what come with it. So in 2012, I had an opportunity to demo shop. You know, when they were doing that back then, like for social media, how it is now. So I hired an agent to go to New York, put together the little kit and all that, put the demo tracks together. I had a couple features with Kane is in the beat. He made a couple beats on there. Kevin Cousin was on there and stuff. And we sent it to New York, and the agent just shopped it with all these different labels. I still got my paperwork, and see that was giving the feedback, you know, and like two labels that stuck out to me was Atlantic and Def Jam. And they was like, Atlantic was like, he remind me of a young T.I. and all that, and Def Jam was like in the music. But it's like, of course, it's the business side of it. Like my cousin, I trusted him with the business and stuff, but I ain't know too much about anything. But I always look at that as my starting point. Is like, man, like that really happened. It's just like playing basketball in high school. You go to college, and the draft just hey, I made it to the draft. You know what I'm saying? I got that experience. You know? So that's what I took from it. You know, I ain't take it as, you know, a loss scenario. It just fueled me up more. Like, man, if you was able to take it that far, keep going, you know. And then Atlanta, just being around Keith Brown and them and getting the game and actually seeing and being in certain rooms where I'm like, man, we went to Grand Hustle, for instance, and side to Hannah Kang and Rico Love and them, they was in the studio. So I don't know too much. I ain't never been in these type of situations. So I walk in there. We first walk in. I'm like, man, you got to hit like 2 keypads to, get in there. So it's like,
Yeah.
man, everybody's just gonna walk through these doors, man. So, but when we get in there, my perception is they gonna be talking about either cars, jewelry, or you know what I'm saying. They just in there talking about business, So and then one thing I know too is like if you walk in with somebody off their face or whatever, relationship they got with them, you get treated like, hey, they got to be somebody if they with them. So it wasn't no like, hey, who's your man or nothing like that. It was just love.
Yeah.
We're just politicking, talking business and stuff. And I'm just a fly on the wall, just hearing about how they going about this.
And and that's funny you say that because Keith Brown also a member on the platform,
Yeah,
like OG member. Like so, we had him come down. We did listening sessions for him. We had him come down, perform during South by Southwest, featured him in the magazine, a whole bunch of different stuff that we've done with Keith. For those of y'all who don't know, Keith Brown, Grammy nominated singer songwriter, super dope artist. You can find him on our Making It Approved playlist. Definitely someone for y'all to check out. But yeah, like that's the like what you stating is like that's kind of what we do our platform when I talk about that is your another person's relationships become your relationships when you tapped in with them. And so like that's the whole thing, like with what we do in our platform, like how we able to get people on shows and get them on radio. And like people like you can't do that for no $100 a month. And it's like, no, we have relationships.
yeah. That's everything, bro.
That's everything. Like, so if we have a relationship, then when we present artists like such as yourself, like and someone like their music and they're like, oh, he with y'all? Like, yeah. All right, we'll do an interview with him. And so it's like that's the whole thing. And it's like a lot of I think that's where talking with you and understanding like you have an understanding of like those core fundamentals that allow artists to progress faster. It's like once you get that knowledge, you understand that hey, this is a business, this is entrepreneurship, this is about relationships. You move differently. And so I wanted you to speak to because like you got a lot of stuff going on. I know you just in terms of the distribution deal with Empire, in terms of like some television and film appearances coming up, new podcasts. Let's talk about some of these new projects that you got coming down the pipeline and that just recently happened. And how did all of this start? Because like it sounded like last year was a big year for you.
It was, brother. That's crazy said, man. Because it was like I was, life and bro, we human. You feel me? So we go through things, but in August, I was just like, you know what? I'm just finna mash the gas and just go in with everything, content, working with videographers, getting the opportunity and stuff. So my first, my first experience though, I always take it back. It's shot at Tampa Mystic. I went up there to Industry Mo wanted, sat down with her. You feel me? And did the interviews, and then like I said, I went to the movement. I did the televised performance with King 808. Just got, like I say, with Tampa, I got a lot of games from the OG. I forgot to put, I got a song called 2:32 a.m., which released last year. And I recently just got a plaque. I got an order from DRT, from the digital radio tracking. And got a lot of game about that type of stuff, because my perception with radio, when you cut it on in the car, like you gotta pay money and all that. They were like, nah, that's terrestrial radio. You know what I mean? Like they can't take no payola. So when I got put on the DRT and learned the history behind that, I was like, okay, like you say, as an artist, you gotta invest. So I invested on that record, did an 8-week run on it and stuff like that, and now I gotta order my plaque, man. So that was another one. But y'all just networking in between everything, and with the podcast, man, over 100 episodes, 100 guests. It's something that happened organically, bro. I ain't playing it like it happened by accident, really, bro. I just again, like with everything, bro. I could say I'm not stressed behind all that because, like I say, it just happened organically, or I just did it because I wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we on season 9 right now, man. Episodes all over. Episode interview with everybody, giving them their flowers, letting them tell their story, letting them plant their seeds in our garden, so they got crops for people to come get game from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, that's definitely what's up. So before we wrap this interview up, like we gotta get to this record, this Stepping on Them record. Before I play it,
they call No Jumper. No Jumper.
Oh no, you're right. I'm looking at the wrong page. We edit it out. No Jumper. Fleetwood J featuring Alcie F and Problema Lyrical. Tell us who produced this record.
So Nick producer. It's a YouTube producer I got the beat from and stuff like that, but he got a lot of sauce. So we recorded it back in January. It's called No Jumper. So if you could think about now what's going on with No Jumper, we recorded this in January and stuff. So it's really just a message to the youth, man. You know what I'm saying? Instead of preaching to them and stuff, you got to talk to them the way they can understand it and stuff. So we just put a song on it and made it symbolic in a way, you know, sauced it up for them, but let them know the reality, man, the symbolism. We got a bunch of content, a video coming out for it, you know. Like I say, you can be balling in 2 minutes and be up under the jail in 5, you know. So it's just really giving them that reality and painting that picture to them, man.
Okay. So this is No Jumper. Let us know what y'all think in the comments. Let's go.
It's Fleet. Real spill, man. That's just what's going on. Y'all know it. Let's do it. 2025. It's real life, man. Gotta go for what you know, man. Real spill. In the studio, I'm Don Julio, I'm back up in that mode, beating up the road, express lane, running up the toll, niggas holding on to a code, but the streets ain't structured, L after L, in too deep, they can't even recover, dog eat dog, your same brother will watch your mother suffer, get you lost in the system, have you labeled by a number, all the youngsters, they ain't never scared, they feel like bone crusher, get a switch, snitch on songs, then go get on No Jump, crosses getting thrown, back and forth, like a hot potato, streets on fire, hot summer, can't enable, make you wonder, got it out the gutter, but the struggle made me turn it up. Everybody, they ain't qualified to get in the club. I'm a touchy double D reporting from the 305. Niggas switching sides when it come to what be beneficial. I'ma blow the whistle like a ref. I'm on my Jeff Hardy. I be in the booth on my Snoop. It's a gangster party. My brother on this Bob Marley told me he gon' grow a strain. All you gotta do is keep it true. Can't go against the grain. When you ain't around in conversation, I won't say your name. What happened to them time? Nowadays, it's a dirty game. I can't change who I am. Do it for my family. Daily. I was made a day, but West Atlanta is what really raised me. They can tell you that they made me. I've been working hard for years, still persevering through hard times, make you shed a tear. In the studio, I'm Don Julio, I'm back up in that mode, beating up the road, express lane, running up the toes. Niggas holding on to a code, but the streets ain't structured. L after L, in too deep, they can't even recover. Dog eat dog, your same brother will watch your mother suffer. Get you lost in the system, have you labeled by a number. All the youngsters, they ain't never scared, they feel like bone crusher. Get a switch, snitch on songs, then go get on No Jump.
Yeah, Alcie F a fool, off that Baba cool. Since the shit I had that woo. Every time I rap, it's like magic in the stool. Don Julio mixed with Henny, now she getting pissy. Beating down her walls, she think I'm perfect with no flaws. Free my nigga Big Will, every week we on in prison calls. Trump back in office, free the real niggas, dawg. My crypto wallet booming like Metro. I remember back when I had no money for the petrol. Nickel bag, dime bags, yeah, I got them specials. Now a nigga travel around the world, driving foreign cars, smoking on them Cuban cigars. Whoever thought hip-hop would really take me this far? Alcie F on the jet, busting checks. I just made $250,000 on a bet, and them diamonds on my neck. Macho Man, Randy Savage, and them hoes on my dick. Hulk Hogan when I flex.
In the studio, I'm Don Julio, I'm back up in that mode, beating up the road, express lane, running up the toll. Niggas holding on to a code, but the streets ain't structured. L after L, in too deep, they can't even recover. Dog eat dog, your same brother will watch your mother suffer. Get you lost in the system, have you labeled by a number. All the youngsters, they ain't never scared, they feel like bone crusher. Get a switch, snitch on songs, then go get on No Jump.
Niggas didn't cry, went live, ahora están choteando. Todo lo que tú haces no se puede, está diciendo. Streets don't love you, no importa lo que estás haciendo. Keep it to yourself, I'm on Henny, que tú estás bebiendo. Nigga hit a lick, ahora cree que mejor en esto. Nigga you a bitch, yo no sé que tú estás creyendo. Get it for the low, I know the plug, talking español. Get it off the boat, from DR hasta Nueva York. En el studio, I go ham, yo no estoy jugando. Ya niggas be lost, yo no sé lo que está pasando. Gotta let them know, no es lo mismo que tú estás fumando. My niggas never told, y tu gente si se están doblando. I'm back on la mode, fuera de control. Get back on la road, pagando piletol. No importa que llegue al millón. Yo soy la razón que los haters están en depresión. Corazón de un león en esta selva de cemento.
In the studio, I'm Don Julio, I'm back up in that mode, beating up the road, express lane, running up the toes. Niggas holding on to a code, but the streets ain't structured. Hell after hell, in too deep, they can't even recover. Dog eat dog, your same brother will watch your mother suffer. Get your loss in the system, have you labeled by a number. All the youngsters, they ain't never scared, they feel like bone crusher. Get a switch, snitch on songs, then go get on no jumper.
Hey, that was sliding.
Appreciate that, brother.
That's what's up. I was like, this is my first time hearing some music from you.
Nah, I had another one, but I think when I sent it, we had to get another master pack on it though.
Was it like for the music review?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a while. It was probably like November, maybe last November, October.
Okay. Yeah, nah, that's live, bro. Yeah.
You say that, bro. and the thing is, bro, I'm so versatile. It's like a pot of gumbo, man. So you don't never know what you're gonna expect from it, for real.
All good.
Versatility.
All good.
Key, dog.
Before we get up out of here, one more time, let the people know your name, where you from, and how they can follow you.
It's Fleetwood Jr. Y'all can follow me at Fleetwood T47 on Instagram. I got a record called 2:32 a.m. out on all platforms. Y'all can tap in and lock in with, man. I'm out here in Atlanta, so you feel me? Y'all want to tap into the podcast, Underdogs Worldwide, get your interview with me. You know, yeah.
That's what's up. Once again, Fleetwood Jr. Like, appreciate y'all tapping in. We've been live with Making It for Indies.